The party had left Eldhammer before dawn, the first cold rays of sun barely brushing the jagged peaks. The Shadowpeaks loomed over them, their dark spires casting long, shifting shadows across the path. Leaves crunched underfoot as Kylir's lute was tucked safely in its case, the only sound besides the faint whisper of wind through the trees. The forest grew thicker as they descended into the lower slopes, twisted pines and moss-covered rocks hemming the narrow trail. It was here that the first signs of trouble appeared: broken branches, shallow footprints, and the faint stench of goblin smoke.
Mountain stone, they walked where night still claimed its throne. Cold winds whispered through the trees, carrying omens on a wary breeze.
Kylir's lute was tucked away, no songs yet called to start the day. Only footsteps low and deep through forests where old shadows sleep. The trail grew dark, the branches bent, the forest hummed with ill intent. Footsteps faltered, breaths held tight, something stirred beyond the light.
Through rising fear and shifting leaf, through whispered threats the cold wind weaves. 5 hearts stand where shadows roam, far from hearth and far from home. Steel and flame and song, a line of fragile hope, a warning sign. On day one in the forest breath they walk the line between life and death. Broken branches mark the ground, a hunter's trap without a sound. Runa knelt with
Sharpened eyes, reading truth the forest hides.
5 or 6 she murmured low, quick and cruel they move like shadow. A faint stench rose of smoke and fear, the enemy was drawing near.
The wind fell still, the woods drew tight, a cackle ripped through the dying light. From twisted roots and mossy stone, 5 goblins leapt, they were not alone.
Through rising fear and shifting leaves, through whispered threats the cold wind weaves. 5 hearts stand where shadows roam, far from hearth and far from home. Steel and flame and song, a line of fragile hope, a warning sign. On day one in the forest breath they walk the line between life and death.
Kylir's chords cut through the fray, a haunting tune to guide the day. Runa's axes flashed like fire, fury born of old desire.
Drevik held the line with grace,
Shield to shield, face to face, Borin's flames lit roots and stone, a battlefield of ash and bone.
bound in ropes and forest grime. Silvera fought against the time. The song gave strength, the ropes gave way. She rose like dawn to join the fray.
A staff in hand, her magic bloomed, roots awakened, goblins doomed. Wind and vine obeyed her call, nature's wrath restored them all.
Silence fell, the trees exhaled, where goblin cries and fury wailed. 5 stood where once they stood alone, a bond unspoken, newly grown.
The mountains whispered from afar of darker things than goblins wore. Day one had come with trials near, yet hope walked with them through the fear.
Through rising fear and shifting leaves, through whispered threats the cold wind weaves.
5 hearts joined where shadows roam, forging paths through ancient loam. Steel and flame and song entwine, elf, dwarf, and mortal line. On day 1 through forest deep, a fellowship, their fate will keep.
As the party reformed and began to march again, the forest seemed to close in around them, shadows stretching unnaturally, the sound of distant, unknown creatures echoing faintly. They were united now, 4 strangers, and 1 rescued elf, bound together by purpose, moving ever northward through the shadow of the peaks, toward the lost princess and the promise of a story not yet finished.